Panther fans? Shane coming at you with a little video here. Been missing y'all for a while. It's been several weeks since I made a vid because had the end of the season, had all this lockout business going on. And honestly, I meant to get out a video several weeks back about the coaching changes and kind of my opinion on those changes. But it's been really busy for me with graduate school right now. But last week I defended my master's thesis successfully, and I'm ready to graduate in about a month. So it's fantastic, and I just wanted to get a quick video out for y'all about this stuff and get my opinion on it. I know it's a little bit delayed, so if any of this seems repetitive, I'm sorry. But Ron Rivera, our new head coach, very excited about the hire. He was the guy that I was really comfortable with coming in. I knew he was a guy that was going to be solid, kind of like a John Fox, how he was when he first came to Carolina. But Rivera seems more intent on being aggressive defense and aggressive offense. I think he's going to bring a little bit of that flavor, like we see with San Diego, to Carolina, which is a good thing. I look forward to it. No more ultra conservative offense and defense. But yeah, very positive about that hire. And for the assistant coaches, defensive coordinator, you got Sean McDermott from Philadelphia. Held the same position there, and even though he was a guy that got cut loose from Philadelphia at the same position, I think that he's going to be efficient here with a new fresh start with everything, because he was in Jim Johnson's shadow in Philadelphia for a long time, and when you take over you don't want to be the guy to take over for such a great coach, especially one as highly regarded as Jim Johnson was. So he was kind of put behind the eight ball from the get-go. Even though some of the Eagles games last year, I know he allowed quite a bit of yardage and things like that, but they ended up making it pretty far in the season. Had a good record, decent record. But we'll see if that translates when he comes to Carolina. Hopefully, with Ron Rivera's help, he improves on some things and just becomes a better defensive coordinator. And I think that with the type of personnel we have, especially our speed linebackers, things like that, he's going to be able to utilize that, not in a 3-4 scheme, but in a scheme that's going to allow us to have really creative, fast blitzes, send linebackers off, and even the safeties and corners at times. So that was kind of the MO for Philadelphia, and you'll see a lot of that here. And like I said earlier, that's what Rivera wants to do. So in turn, I think McDermott should complement him pretty well. Offensive coordinator, our new offensive coordinator is Rod Shazinski from. He was the tight ends coach with the Chargers. A lot of people kind of on the surface of that hire is like, who's Rod Shazinski? We don't know who he is, but he's a respected offensive mind in the game of football. He's been around for a while, has had his share of roles with different teams at the college level and pro level. And I feel good about it. We'll see how it goes. He's the one I'm less sure about overall, but I think part of that is just because we've had such an anemic offense for the last couple of years that, it's just a needed change, and you don't know really how it's going to work out right away. With the unproven quarterback, so many injuries last year to people, and you just want to just get back in the swing of things, and hopefully they can draft and pick up in free agency the right personnel to make up the offense that Ron Rivera wants to run. And that's more of a high-flying passing attack. Hopefully it's balanced, because I don't think we have the personnel, or I don't think we want to have a predominantly passing attack, because, face it, we've got two of the best running backs in football. Why not use them? We've got an offensive line that last year wasn't fantastic, but it's a solid line that when we get everybody back, it should be pretty phenomenal. If they can get back to playing the way we all know they can play. But I feel good about it. So, and one other really important coaching hire or coaching retain that we had was Ron Meeks. He was defensive coordinator from last year. Did a pretty good job at times. with a defense that with such a struggling offense, his defense always was able to, you know, play well and when faced with being on the field for long, long periods of time and things like that. Still found a way to keep them in the game. But with us, with the new coaching regime, he's going to move to defensive backs. And to have a guy with not Ron Rivera, to have a guy with Ron Meeks' experience in the past, moving to defensive backs is going to, you know, I think really energize that unit. It's almost like taking a head coach and putting him down to defensive coordinator at this kind of stage of the game, and I think he's going to do really well there. He should flourish, being able to concentrate all of his energy on only defensive backs. So I'm looking forward to see how that unit goes with the possibility of losing Richard Marshall. He's said that he doesn't want to be in Carolina, and frankly, if he doesn't want to be here, I don't want to have him here. But we'll see how he kind of takes this unit to the next level, because we've got a lot of young players in the secondary, and we've got some ball hawks in the secondary. And it's going to be nice to see this little shift and see how it works out. But, of course, my main concern is with the offense, because the offense has just been terrible, hands down. So, hopefully, Marty Hurney, Ron Rivera, these guys can work together to bring in the right personnel to improve this team and get us scoring some points. And if it's a change in offense that we need, great. I think a lot of people have been saying, you know, Jimmy Clausen was kind of cast off after last year, and you know, he showed me a lot of things that did not look good. But you know, with this new coaching staff, I think he's going to have a little more consistency. He's going to be able to start training camp, if we have training camp, as the starter probably, and it's going to just get more reps and more attention. Before, when Fox was here, for example, he started off Clausen on third string in training camp behind Hunter Cantwell. You know, that's a tough move to start with. And then you got a guy like Fox who was, in his last year, knew he was going to be leaving. He didn't want to mentor a young quarterback and bring him up to par. So that kind of left him in a bad situation. Similar situation to what Armani Edwards was in last year. Fox wouldn't give him playing time, where he didn't have a chance to develop his skills. And just as a side note on that, I'm glad for us to be bringing in Rod Shazinski, because he has experience with running Josh Cribbs in Cleveland's offense. And from what I've been hearing, they're going to run Armani Edwards in a similar way to that. And so we're going to see him probably in the Wildcat some. You know, hopefully he progresses into a more polished slot wide receiver. I think he's got the skills and the ability to do that.